list of regards to the fellow members of the Alpha branch of the Utopia. And now, commencing video.
Hello everyone, my name is the one and only Silverreploid Xiaoli. How are you guys doing on YouTube? That's right, the Silverreploid / Inkling coming at you live looking fresh in the flesh on the net, stream or non-stream, and welcome back everyone to another video. First things first, hope you guys are having a very blessed and safe Monday thus far. And let's just jump into our first upload with a new pair of headsets. As you recall from when I did the short video when I unboxed these new headsets, out with the old and in with the new, you guys recall the slogan. Either way guys, I got the new headsets, making a long story short, and they feel great, and everything. And yes guys, with that being done, let's get started with our reaction video right here, which is another SCP explanatory animation. And oh, we got a bit of a disclaimer here before we start the video. But before we get to that guys, the one we're reacting to today is going to be SCP-4999, Someone to Watch Over Us Tale. And before we start guys, and given the disclaimer right here, it could be very ominous, I don't know, but all the reason to find out. So guys, before we start the reaction to this SCP explanatory animation, for those who are new to the channel, thank you all very much as always for tuning in, and of course giving the channel a very excellent glimpse. As always everyone, your everlasting love and support are greatly appreciated by yours truly. Also guys, remember the giveaway series is still transpiring. If you are lucky enough to become my 29,500 subscriber for the channel, please do not hesitate to refer to the giveaway details located in the comment section pinned, and the luckiest winner will receive this. Okay, please like this video if you enjoyed, leave your comments down below, and please subscribe for more content, especially by popular request with the notifications activated. Big shout outs to members on behalf of the Utopian branch, aka the membership branch. If you also wish to become a member on behalf of the Utopian branch, please refer to the join button, review the perks, and when you join, the perks will be granted to you by yours truly. Make sure you also subscribe to SCP Explained for more of their explanatory animations. Channel is provided in the description, comments, and the outro. And with that being said guys, let's go ahead and check out this SCP-4999. We shall see how it goes. And of course, that'll be all for today's reactions. Rolling clip now. This video features original stories based on and inspired by the SCP Foundation. Some details and accounts of events, people, and places have been dramatized in an attempt to explain the sometimes unexplainable.
Some of the anomalies the SCP Foundation deals with are dangerous, with the most powerful able to end all life and even reality as we know it. Others pose no threat at all and seem content to simply exist. Still others are something else entirely.
Really?
SCP-4999 is a humanoid entity, though its appearance seems to fluctuate between manifestations, with the only unchanging detail being that it always is dressed in dark formal wear. Originally thought by many to be an urban legend, local tales of SCP-4999 are what initially tipped the Foundation off to its existence, and further research indicates that there are accounts that may be referring to the appearances of 4999 throughout recorded history. Strangest of all, though, is the consistency with which it appears, or rather the consistent situations and types of people it appears to. From the data available, it seems that SCP-4999 only appears to people in a very specific type of need, as you'll see in the case of a subject named Alex Hereford and the fateful night he experienced. The road was slippery, and Alex was driving too fast. He knew this, of course,
Never
but
drive
it's a different matter altogether to
when it
know
comes to
it
inclement
and
weather.
to care about it. Rain hammered on the front windshield, the weak headlights of his 2005 Honda Civic barely punching into the thick black night ahead of him. Winding through the mountainside, the road was mostly empty, save for the very occasional twin beams of light blazing past him due to his high speed. It was hard to hear the honking of angry horns over the heavy pounding of the rain. Then it happened. In a way, Alex knew it was inevitable. His tread-worn wheels finally lost contact with the ground, thick layer of rainwater between them and asphalt betraying his speeding vehicle's grip on the road and sending it careening out of control. He had expected fear, but instead felt nothing really. A slight sense of anticipation, like wincing right before a punch lands in that childhood game of hitting each other on the arm. It wasn't that the world had slowed down, but perhaps his brain was simply working at a much greater velocity now, recognizing its own impending death. His speed of thought seemed magnified to the point of slowing his perception down. He heard of soldiers in war zones experiencing the same phenomenon, as they felt sure that in the next few seconds, they'd be dead. Alex wondered, Would he smash into a tree? Go off a cliff's edge? He could hardly see the forest or the terrain beyond in the thick rain and the dark of the mountain. Though he traveled this road a million times before, he had no idea where he actually was tonight. He supposed it wouldn't really matter.
The anomaly is
which it
playing
was.
tricks on Alex.
As usual, his thoughts turned to her, or rather, they had simply run their course and returned to the one place they always did. It wasn't like there were many other people to think about in Alex's mostly empty life. There was, and always had been, since the moment he'd met her. Mostly just her. But even Alex's heightened state of mind couldn't delay the inevitable for long. It would be a cliff after all, Alex thought curiously, catching a glimpse of town lights far away and below. The car spun 180 degrees out into empty air, then came crashing down with a horrible roar of shattered glass and tearing metal as it tumbled down the hillside. Even over the torrential downpour, the noise of Alex's crash was significant, had anyone been around to hear it. Finally, after over 100 feet down a steep incline, the car smashed into a single thick oak tree, bringing the disaster to an end. As if on cue, the rain began to let up. Slowly at first, then all of a sudden in that peculiar way that northwest torrential downpours tend to do, as if the sky had at last finished emptying itself all at once. Inside the shattered vehicle, Alex was, incredibly, alive, at least for the time being. The airbag deployment had spared his face the worst of it, and the sturdy aluminum frame of the vehicle had given its all in protecting Alex's body from the downhill crash. But even postmodern vehicle engineering had its limits. His breath came in slow, ragged gasps, difficult at first, but gradually steadying. Not an improvement in his condition, but rather his body dedicating the rapidly dwindling resources at its disposal into keeping vital functions going as long as possible. Opening his eyes, Alex was surprised to find himself right side up, less surprised to look down at the shattered mess his limbs and lower body had become. Gradually, Alex's thoughts cleared, his sense of self returning after the bone-jarring drop down the steep incline and sudden stop at the end. Looking to his right, he could see the trunk of the tree that had stopped his out-of-control tumble. Despite himself, Alex laughed, a weak, gurgling chuckle. It was the cliff and a tree after all. He focused on breathing, letting the waves of pain wash over him until his brain eventually canceled them out by injecting his broken body with adrenaline and chemicals. Everything was quiet and still after the crash and the rain, but to his surprise, he could hear something. It was faint at first, just a soft crunch of footsteps on gravel, but the sound grew louder and louder until at last, it came to a stop outside Alex's window. With every ounce of effort, Alex turned his head towards the sound. A rescuer? No, impossible. Nobody was up on this mountain, and nobody could possibly have reached him here so quickly, even if there had been. He supposed he should have been surprised. Yet almost from the moment that his eyes fell on the tall, handsome figure with the casual yet fashionably cut black suit, Alex accepted him for what he was. There was no shock, no confusion. For the second time tonight, just a calm sense of acceptance. The man, probably somewhere in his mid-30s, leaned down to peer in through the window. He said nothing as he casually observed the extent of Alex's injuries. Satisfied, he laid a hand on Alex's shoulder. The grip was firm, but not painfully so, just strong enough to communicate, "I am here with you. Things will be all right." After a slight squeeze, the figure reached inside his jacket and produced a pack of cigarettes, packing the tobacco with swift taps against his palm before removing 2 cigarettes and offering one to Alex. Alex nodded his head, a very small motion that exploded pain across his shattered body. "No, thank you, but that stuff will kill you."
Yeah,
Alex
exactly.
smiled.
All the more reason
the
to
man paused
never
for a moment, the ghost of a smile showing on his face for just a moment before disappearing. Returning the offered cigarette, the man took his own and lit it, giving Alex a good look at his face in the light of his cigarette lighter. Alex had been right. The man appeared to be somewhere in his mid to late 30s. Handsome, but not cover model, so just pleasing to the eyes. He sported short hair, carefully combed and perfectly neat, completely unaffected by the slight drizzle that still fell. The more Alex looked at him, though, the less he could remember about the man's exact features. It wasn't that they changed in any way, but rather that he simply couldn't hold on to any details for more than a few seconds. "I'm dying," aren't I?" The figure didn't speak, nor did it nod or make any form of verbal or bodily communication. He simply looked, and Alex understood. Alex had never been particularly religious or spiritual, but in that look, he understood that there was a world beyond, and one that he would very quickly be entering into. It was as if, for the first time in his life, he was able to probe that world, reality peeling away just enough to glimpse what was beyond. Twisting paths through planes of shadow and light both, shuffling figures along each, and at the very center of it all, a light? No, a feeling. Love, pulsing forth like the beating heart of it all. The saints had their angels, the wicked their demons, but everyone else in between the two, they had him. A guide, someone to watch over them on their final journey. Alex coughed. It was ending soon. The man took a drag from his cigarette and removed a handkerchief from another hidden pocket, carefully dabbing away the blood around Alex's chin, then returned to his silent smoking. His vision was beginning to dim around the edges, the noises of the forest growing more and more distant. Alex knew it wouldn't be long now, but he had just one final thing to do. As he always knew they would, his thoughts returned to her, here, at the end. Once more, he turned his head towards the passenger's side seat, pain exploding across his body with the motion. There, just on the far edge of the seat, as his phone, having miraculously survived the crash. It was no good though. Even if he'd been able to move his shattered right arm, he could never reach it with his fading strength. The smoking man took one final pull of his cigarette, putting it out on the side of the vehicle and pocketing the stub. Then he reached through the broken driver's side window, Alex catching a slight whiff of cigarette smoke blended with an unrecognizable but pleasant cologne. The man reached across Alex and grabbed the phone, pulling back and looking down at Alex's shattered right hand. After a moment, he reached down once more and put the phone in Alex's left hand. "Thank you." The words
So
were
basically,
barely
he
a whisper.
helped him.
He had to concentrate now, willing the pressing darkness to part just long enough for one final task. The man once more placed his hand reassuringly on Alex's shoulder, and the darkness parted slightly, just enough for what Alex needed to do. He worked the phone awkwardly with his left hand, gritting his teeth through the pain of broken fingers. Opening a new message, he scrolled down his contacts.
You can make it, come on.
H-I-J, finally, K. He found her name at last, then began typing out a message. "I still think about you every time it rains." He moved his thumb to press send, but that's when Alex's body failed him at last, the phone tumbling out of his grasp. But the man was there to catch it. Moving blindly fast, he snatched the falling phone up and held it carefully to Alex's eyes before pressing send. He held the phone there for Alex to see through his fading vision until at last, message sent, confirmed successful delivery. The rain began once more, temperamental as it always is in the Pacific Northwest. Fat, heavy raindrops fell on the scene of a terrible accident, the victim seemingly having died on impact. On his lap, though, lay his phone, and somewhere far away and far below this dark mountainside, a message notification chirped on a distant phone. SCP-4999 manifests to only one person at a time, and only when they are alone. All subjects to date have been in the final stages of a terminal illness, suffering from a life-threatening injury, or otherwise on their deathbed. It also appears that all subjects have personalities and lives that could be described as nondescript, insignificant, or otherwise unremarkable. No testing of SCP-4999 has been authorized by the Foundation due to both the difficulty in predicting where it will appear, as well as the fact that observation seems to prevent the anomaly from appearing. There are also ethical concerns, since many in the Foundation feel that SCP-4999 is providing an important service to humanity, even if it is only for those on the margins of society, and it is debated whether this should be one anomalous creature that is allowed to continue its existence and its work without interference.
So basically, this is quite a cordial type of SCP anomaly. I don't know, but this story was really dark. It really was. I was on the verge of saying that it kind of gave me a bit of a phasmophobia sensation because, well, given that the strange entity took place outside when Alex Hereford was driving in his vehicle and he suffered in a car accident close to his dying breath, and the fact that the anomaly, aka SCP-4999, came to his need solo, considering that the description, based on the description, where if a person is on the verge of meeting his or her demise, the anomaly came to their aid and of course helped them fulfill their final task before vanishing to the afterlife. It really is dark, it really is. It almost made me feel a little bittersweet, considering how he was able to help Alex fulfill his task to let his girlfriend know in a final text message about what he's doing. And I can't imagine how she would react if she realized that her other half is passing away after the car accident. And gosh, that was really dark. It really was. So that right there was my reaction to SCP-4999, Someone to Watch Over Us tale, where the strange figure in the formal attire came to the one person's need, and the same with the many others who came to their need going solo and whatnot. And yeah, just wow. At any rate, guys, even though this was a dark episode, I do hope you guys enjoyed my reaction to the video, and if you did, as always guys, please be sure to hit the like button, leave your comments down below, and of course please hit that subscribe button with the notifications activated. Make sure you also subscribe to SCP Explained for more of their explanatory animations. The channel is provided in the usual areas: DCO, description, comments, and the outro. And guys, my social media, Twitch, and my song list are also provided in the description. If you also wish to commission a song made by me that you can use for your content, etc., please do not hesitate to let me know via social media, and we'll go from there for ideal song commissions. This is me, Silverreploid CLE, signing off for now. I love you guys, take care of yourselves, stay fresh in the flesh and off the hook, and on behalf of the Utopia, I will catch every single one of you in the next video. Have a blessed and safe Monday, everyone, and as always, I will see you again soon. And remember, just please be careful when it comes to driving, and just remember to stay safe, especially on inclement weather. I love you guys, and please take excellent care of yourselves. See you around. If you love music, and if you would like to partake in supporting my channel by purchasing music, please refer to my song list down below. Hey guys, Silverreploid CLE here. I want to thank all of you for watching this video. Please smash on the like button, subscribe for more content if you're new, and please turn on the push notifications. And also, please make sure you check out my other videos or any video on display and show tons of love and support for not only me, but to those who are also involved. Have a great one, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!